Where's the cue ball going?
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
When things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Put 'em up, put 'em up!
We don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to VP4 TV, and welcome to Slim, welcome to Dwight, welcome to Bill, and Semi-Pro, and anybody else that's out there. Well, the one thing to mention, Slim, is that don't forget that update that Steve done is not the physics update. Good afternoon to Bedhead. That physics update is still to come. That was him tweaking something else, but it was not the grip in the cloth or the rails or anything like that. He was changing. That's apparently still to come. I am absolutely knackered, guys. I'll tell you, I have been up at 2 AM for the last 4 days, but last night I did not sleep very well. I think I barely got an hour's sleep. So I am not in the best of shape to be doing this, because I've just had to rush home, get something to eat quickly, get this set up. But we're here. We've got a round 4 match this afternoon in the VP4 2022 Cowboy World Championship on the 10-footer, and it's between Cobra from the UK and Interchangex from the USA. Both players are here. Cobra probably has been in and out most of the day, I would think. I'm not sure whether he's finished work. That's me finished until this Tuesday coming now, so I've got a few days rest. We also have another match this afternoon later on. Well, the intention is later on, but who knows how long this match is going to last. We have the match between Cobra and Interchangex to come, and that is going to go in about 2.5 minutes time. But we also have the one lost side match between Tam and Crazy Cow, or formerly known as VP Monster. No doubt he'll go back to VP Monster. And also Tam, who was originally known as Tornado Tam. So that's the one lost side match. That is due to start at 5:30 GMT. So this match has got 3.5 hours to go. Hopefully I can get a break between both of these matches. The only other match that is on the schedule is on Boxing Day. That's Monday the 26th of December at 7 PM, and that is between Albinario and One Pocket Slim. So that one is the third of the 3 matches that are there. I should be able to get that one on Monday night. I've got a short shift back at work on Tuesday morning, so I should be okay for that one. So, well, Interchangex has to be patient. I think I'm going to say that about everybody that comes to play Cobra, because you can't be getting yourself frustrated because it's taken you so long to get back to the table. You've got to just be disciplined and play your game. and don't fall into the trap of rushing and hurrying to try and get things done, because the more you rush and hurry, the less Cobra's going to do anything different. So the fact that you try to play quicker isn't going to encourage Cobra to play any quicker. He ain't going to change, so don't fall into that trap. But Cobra's going to be the favourite. Cobra's been scoring quite heavily when he's been getting in, and that's his main objective, to score heavily and not to take risks and give away points. And if he keeps that up and he is consistent enough, then he should win. Whether or not it's going to be comfortable, that remains to be seen. We don't know. Welcome everybody, welcome Albinario, and if I've missed anybody else, welcome to them. Let's get rid of that. So, the room should be up. Let's get in. They're probably lagged off. Probably missed that. And they have. Interchangex is already at the table. And he won the lag. And look at that cue ball. So it's important, if Interchangex is going to make any inroads in this match or make any sort of statement, that he can do it right off the bat and put a run together here to apply some pressure to Cobra, because that's what has to be happening in this stage of the tournament. If you're going to be a contender, then you've got to let your opponent know that you're meaning business and that you're going to score given the chance. So it really is important that Interchangex puts a substantial little run together here straight away, having won the lag. And that would then not necessarily put a lot of doubt in Cobra's mind, but it'll let him know that Interchangex is more than capable. So we will see. And I presume the audio is okay and the stream's okay, no complaints. Thanks to Slim. Slim was there as well. Did I mention Slim? Thanks to Slim for doing those matches. I watched them and very impressed with Wanwa. That's about the first time he's actually performed up to the level of his rating. 2 cracking safeties, trying to get the 3 fouls in one match. And some pretty good quality from what I've seen in some of them. I think you did a 5-hour stint the other day, Slim. Now you know what it's like. So Interchangex. Now this 5 ball doesn't want to lock onto that top rail. It wants to come out. So now he's got a decision to make here, because if he spots the 1 ball, the presumption is he's want to. Well, I thought he might have want to stay in the kitchen, but he's now made the decision it's going to be either 5-3 or 3-5. And this is a tricky one, just to get that line off the short rail. Didn't hesitate, played it confidently, and now he's back in shape here. So it's early morning for Interchangex. Now, even if he's on East Coast time, now that's a disaster. And he's got to hope that this force follow pushes the 5 to the right and lets the cue ball run through the gap onto this 1 ball. And that's what can happen when you just get too straight. So the run ends in 30. Yeah, so if he's on East Coast time, then it's just gone 9 AM in the morning there, so breakfast time. If he's West Coast, then it's a lot earlier than that. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, so I don't know what time zone he's in. Well, Steve's arrived in the room. I don't know whether that's a hint or not, but we'll find out. Well, a quick tab out there. He's not in Discord. Usually I think he's in Discord first, then he comes into the room, but I certainly don't see him in Discord. Welcome to Fast Eddie. So, apart from the fact that he ran out of position, Interchangex, that could have been a lot more. But is Cobra going to eat that deficit up straight away from this visit? Now, this is a wee bit tricky because he's cutting this 5 a lot more than he would want to. So the question is whether he wants to straighten this cue ball up and head up the right hand side. If he's going to play the 1, then he's either going to stay above or below it and go a couple of rails into this 5 ball. Well, he's going parallel. Now, I don't know whether... Does he want to go direct to this 5 ball? Yeah. Now, again, that's gone a wee bit awkward. A bit straight in the 1 as well. Give me another second, guys. Oh, he's there. Good morning to Steve.
Good morning. I finally woke up.
You sound as if you just woke up.
I did. I slept in.
Let's see if we can get back into this room. Well, we had a run there of 30 from Interchangex, but with all the balls on their spot, he got the cue ball behind the 3 ball, and so was dead in line, and that ended his run. And this is Cobra's response, having lost the lag.
Okay, now he's got a good picture. He's finally got with the program. That's a good picture.
I'm sitting right in front of this, and I can't see what picture that is. I can't make head and a tail of it. What the hell is it?
It's a Cobra with a cowboy hat.
Ah,
it's actual Cobra, a real Cobra.
Interchangex has got something that says "Don't be a numpty," but I don't know I don't know whose head it is. Anyway, in the meantime, Cobra's run has ended on 13, so once again, Interchangex is looking to administer some punishment here.
Well, I'm expecting big things out of Interchangex because...
well, he's going to have to.
Well, last time I was mentioning more about the half ball hit, and, I put a link for Dr. Dave, and he was like, "Oh, I know Dr. Dave. I look at Dr. Dave a lot." And I said, "Well, you better look at this." I'm hoping he did, because he's got a good game. If he's one of these guys that if he just gets a little more, he could be dangerous.
Just to clarify something, Steve, while it's in my mind, this update you did the other day there, that's nothing to do with the actual physics update that's still to come, is it?
Not really. There's actually a little mistake. I had changed the throw before the throw is supposed to be less as the cut thins out, and it wasn't doing that, and I changed it, but in doing that, it introduced a bug, so I had to fix it.
So that
low speed stun bug.
Yeah, that clarifies that. I think some of the guys were thinking it was the physics update.
Oh no. That's not happening until after this World Championship's over.
So already Interchangex has made up for the 13 points that Cobra put together. He's added another 19 and counting.
Now here we go. This is the half ball hit right here. Now he went a little more than half ball, a little thicker than that, but he put enough speed on it to keep the cue ball online.
Yeah, he's going outward here. This is one of these testy close angle cuts.
This is a shot you should never miss.
Like that.
Like that. And I tell guys this: you got to get on the back of the object ball. You have to see the line from the back of the object ball to the pocket. If you're on the front of that object ball, that shot's really difficult to visualize. You have to get on the back of the object ball.
So Interchangex is at 2 visits, a 30 and a 25.
Well, look at that shot.
Well, that's
He's making everything.
Not a full house, but it made the most of what was there. Cobra, not necessarily under a bit of pressure, but he would like to make a better contribution than he's done in his first visit to eat into this deficit.
Yeah, well, Cobra does not have to win this match. I mean, he may be the favorite, but he doesn't have to win this match. I think Interchangex has got enough. He can bring enough to the table that he can win. Now I got to look up and see what kind of Cobra that is, because
well, it looks like a hooded cobra. Is that not what they call them? They call them a hooded cobra where its neck fans out. Is that not what it is?
All cobras are hooded, but there's different types of cobras. Let's see.
All I know is it's a snake. I think that's all we need to know.
That looks like it's a king cobra. It's a little hard to tell. Let's see here.
It's not a spitting cobra.
No, I don't think it's a spitting cobra.
See, Cobra's very careful not to push a ball dead to the rail if he can help it. Always making sure he's got a shot to follow. Or at least that's the plan. Now, if he's cutting the 3 in, where's he sending this cue ball? Is he checking this cue ball up? No, he's making sure he goes far enough over to the left. But he's now gone a lot further away than is really comfortable. This time he may well end up pushing the 5 to the rail unless he hits it a bit harder. Probably a similar shot again, cut the 3 back up into the middle of the table. Somewhere over to the left would be ideal. Now, is he going high enough? Yeah. Well, I have to say I'm glad that today is over. These 2 o'clock in the morning starts are a killer, so they are. no sane person gets up to their work at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, too early.
And the crazy thing is, there's a lot of local people who live in and around where the store is in Glasgow. There's a lot of them, and you could count them in single digits as to how many start at 4 a.m. Yet I'm travelling 16 miles to get there, and I'm there at 4 a.m. But the others opted out to start at 4. And they've actually finished picking now. It's 2:15, so they would have finished. I finished at 12. So Cobra is building up a response here, but he's been caught out by the force follow. And the run ends on 31, and more importantly for Interchangex, Cobra's still chasing him, which puts him in a strong position at the moment if he can make the most of this. Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again. Oh no, he's okay. I was panicking there for him. I thought he was going to end up dead straight. Oh, now, did you guys hear? I saw it in where did I see it? On Facebook this morning when I got to work. Darren Appleton's had a heart attack.
Yeah.
They were wishing him good wishes and stuff. That was a bit of a shocker.
Yeah, it was a real serious
Oh
thing.
dear.
I think they had him in an induced coma.
Well, obviously wasn't just just a little tweak in the heart. It's obviously a big one.
No, it was bad, and he's not even 50.
No, he's younger than me. Yeah.
I think what is he now?
He'll be what?
46, 47.
I was going to say that at worst he'll be in his late 40s, if anything.
Yeah.
But there you go. Well, that's a fail by Interchangex. He's let Cobra off the hook there.
He missed the 3-ball twice so far. I mean,
oh, now I think Cobra's he's okay. Yeah, but that has to be considered a big fail, though. You're coming to the table, you've still got a lead, and you're looking to build on it, and he's let Cobra right back in it. You just can't be doing that now at this stage of the tournament. You've got to make the most of them, and these unforced potting errors, they don't do you any good.
Pool's just a brutal game. I mean, that's what makes it so good, but it's just a brutal game. I mean, when you start playing at the upper level, doesn't take too many mistakes to dump you, and you miss a ball or two, a carom or two, and you can lose. And the better the players get, the less mistakes and the more pressure to not make a mistake. I watched a stream last night. It was one pocket, Tony Chohan against Fedor Goris. Now, Fedor Goris is a great player. He's one of the top players in the world now, and he won the Derby City one pocket, so he's no slouch. It was race to 4. Chohan beats him 4-0.
Oof.
Yeah. And, here's a guy that, I would put him in the top 3 in the world playing 10-ball. At Derby, I think he won the banks and he won the one pocket. So, I mean, that's saying something doing that at Derby.
Mm.
And he just gets smoked. And he didn't play that bad either.
Well, that's the thing. At pro level, it is brutal. Professional level in any sport. If a guy's on his game that day, no matter how good you are, if you come to the table, you don't have a shot. There's not much you can do. Especially one pocket. One pocket's a torture.
The thing is games that you can't make mistakes.
Yeah.
those are the really tough ones because if you know, if you're a baseball player and 1/3 of the time you get a hit, you're like one of the greatest players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, it's 1 out of 3. And a lot of sports are like that. But when you play a game like pool, it's like, you know, you just can't miss. I mean, it'll just kill you.
Well, now Interchangex, the shoes on the other foot. Now, we had a bright start, 2 little decent contributions, but then that fail on that 3-ball, that is going to be probably costly now.
Well, the double fail on the 3-ball. You still think the other one wasn't a fail, but that's you got to be able to shoot that shot. I mean, it's not like he had much cut angle on it. Now, granted, if they're real close together and you got a cut angle, it makes it tougher. But that one didn't even have much cut angle on it.
Well, the first one, I can forgive him for that because they're not easy, no matter how easy you think they are, Steve. But they're not easy. But the second one, yes, I mean that was a fail. And Cobra is caught out there on the 1-ball. Well, Interchangex, here's the perfect opportunity to reprieve and retrieve the situation here. The runner Cobra's 29, gives him a 20, whatever it is, 24-point lead.
Well, I mean, Interchangex deserves to lose this game.
Well, now what does he do here? Does he play the? I think he's blocked out anyway. He may well have to play the combo.
Yeah, he might. I mean,
Yeah, the problem with that though is where's his carom coming from when he plays the combo though?
Well, the 1's going to spot right there. You got you're not going to have a hard carom. The 1's going to spot right there in the head spot, right?
Yeah, but look, I think he's pretty straight in this. He's going to have to force the cue ball. You know, I think he's pretty straight. Let's have a look.
He doesn't need a carom. This is a pot.
No, it is a pot, but what I'm saying is where's the carom coming from when he gets the pot? You know, he's running the cue ball hoping he gets some sort of shape.
Oh, no, he didn't need to do that. It was easy. I mean...
Well, it's okay, though. But, yeah, I mean, that because he was fairly straight, he had to squeeze that cue ball around the angles. He was really hoping he had a position for a half-decent carom, and he ended up getting it, but there was never a guarantee.
Yeah, there's never a guarantee in this game, but it's not, you know, it's not like you're going to have some kind of impossible shot. It's not like being frozen up on the back of a ball.
Yeah, they're slim mentioning the pockets play tougher now. This is a psychological thing. There's 2 or 3 of the guys convinced that the pockets are more difficult since that little update.
Yeah, those are the kind of guys that I like to gamble with. I mean, I play guys and you know, they'll hit a ball down towards a pocket, and the pocket will hang the ball up and stuff, and the guy will be like, "Oh, that pocket's really tough." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're not kidding. I hate shooting at that pocket. You know, that pocket scares me to death."
That's Steve bullshitting.
Well, there goes Interchangex missing another ball.
Yeah, he's going to pay the price. You know, he said Cobra's had couple of errors, but there's just 1 too many coming from Interchangex already.
You just can't miss that many balls.
Oh well, that was your fault that time, Steve. And,
well, I mean, these guys, neither one of them is taking control. The first guy that decides that I'm done messing around.
Well, you know what though?
I mean, this.
Is Interchangex looking at the scoreboard? Because I mean, this is the absolute perfect time to get himself to 90 and get into those caroms. And this is what you need. You need to be producing this sort of play at this stage in this tournament. You've got to make a move.
Ball.
Yeah. See, this is dodgy as well. If he gets box side this, he could end up going in. Oh.
That was easy, because that's that good angle. He could have just shot the 5 ball at the pocket. He was going to get to Karam.
So back into the lead. Now he wants to skim this 5. Well, he's hit that 5 too thick. And he's okay though, but can he pot the 5 in fact? I think if he could pot the 5, that would be a bonus.
Oh yeah, the 5
yes, he
goes.
can. Because he'll have a 5-3 if he just dinks through. In fact, he might just want to try and brush the 1 as well. Just a little tad onto the 1. But not hit it too thick. That'll bring the cue ball into this, not quite the middle of the table, but it would line him up.
Yeah. That 5 is tight though. I mean, you cannot cut that ball.
No. Looking at that, I wouldn't go near the 5. That's a lot worse than I thought it looked.
Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah. Well, that's a problem. He has to deal with that 5 ball one way or another. Problem now is look at where his shape is for a carom.
Yeah, I mean, he can take a piece of the 3 and go off the end rail and hit the 5. He's going to go the other way.
Now, did that 5 get to the 3?
It did, but he got he hit it again after that. I don't know if he hit it the first time, but he sure hit it the second time. Yeah, he was going to get a double kiss playing that way. I would have played off the 3.
Now, what's going on in the chat here? What we're talking about, unintended bug. How exactly are the pockets more difficult from a physics adjustment? Could be an unintended bug. Who knows? A lot of us noticed. That 5 is easy in real life. What, the 5 that was right on the, not quite on the point, but not far off it. I think this is finished awkward as well. He's going to have to go to the rail and kick the 5. He's going to have to spin it as well a wee bit, I think.
Well, he could just play off the 1.
Oh, he didn't spin it. He didn't spin it. He didn't have any English on that, by the way. He needed a wee bit of left.
Why not just play 3 rails off the 1 into the 5?
Well, you see, that's where these guys are scared to let the cue ball run. I would have run it like that, but even so, that shot that he played, he had to see that the angle it was at, he needed a wee bit of left to tweak it off the rail into that ball. And it's another fail. He's just not punching home the advantage here, Interchangex. And it may well cost him in the end at this rack.
Yeah, Bedhead, that's true. You can push through the point, but I would never try it at that angle. You're just asking for the ball not to go in. That angle is too shallow to shoot the push through shot.
Well, so what's the weather like down your way, Steve? By all accounts, there's a big storm causing problems.
It was 52 when I woke up.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold for your part of the world.
At noon, it's going to be 38.
Yeah.
And then tonight, it's going to be 20. So it's going to be...
just as well you're not living in Minnesota or Dakota or North Dakota, South Dakota. That's a bit of a sort of Arctic tundra at the moment, I think.
Oh yeah, I think it's like it's in the 20s below today up there.
Oh no.
Yeah, this will be the coldest days of the weekend of the year probably for us. I think it may get down to, it might get into the teens, but anytime it gets in the 20s here, that's a little unusual.
Oh, you can keep that, Larry. Good afternoon, good morning to Larry. Repetition as well is another name. Well, our cold spell ended, so we're back to the usual Scottish weather. Damp, 7 or 8 degrees above freezing. That's a perfectly normal winter's day for us. No white Christmas.
Well, you notice I'm not hitting the little white ball today. Not when it's going to be 38 degrees and a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Well, I could just imagine Steve standing in the tee with his shorts on and these blue legs.
Yeah, short. If I was out there, it wouldn't be shorts. Well, this is a beautiful angle here. This is the angle.
No,
See that?
he's missed it again. I mean, that is such a big target.
It's such an easy angle. I mean, that's the angle the ball wants to roll on.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, even if you go to the rail before the one ball, you're going to hit the one. I mean, it's such a big miss there by Cobra.
Well, you got to make sure you're on the rail side of it because that's the bigger target.
Yeah, huge target to hit. Now, here we go. I mean, if ever you've been handed something on a plate to get yourself into these caroms, this is it.
Yeah, he was on what was about a half ball.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Let's watch the replay of that.
Look at this one ball. Look at how close he got to that. Again, he just cannot get there. Well, I think he's at about, I would classify it as about 4 fails that Interchangex has had. And when I say fails, really visits that he should be really punishing Cobra if he's going to make any sort of statement in this match. And, why should Cobra worry when there's not a lot coming back from his opponent, Now, what's happened here, though? This is tight. This is very tight. Try to draw and miss the 5 with the 1 ball and go to the rail and kick the 5. Yeah, that was never on. I don't think the angle was going to allow that. So once again, we're all square. We're into the business end of the rack. And who wants it most? Again, a big target, that 3 ball. He's certainly going to be overcutting the 1. There's no risk in potting the 1 ball. Now, that's finished a bit ugly. Probably
funny.
The big jack up shot here overcut the 1 and stun into the 3, but that's when you start running balls.
Yeah, that's the easiest hit.
Well, he's going to go the other way. Now that's better because look at the 3 balls in play with the 5. That was a better choice of shot.
He's looking like he's going to shoot the 3 right now, but he's got it spotting right back up there. Oh, he's on the carom. I never look at the HUD either. Sorry. Yeah, Cobra's probably going to win this game. Interchangex has done everything he can to lose it.
Now, is he trying to overcut the 3 and draw to the 5? Looks like it. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, you got to watch out for the titty here. That could get you. Yeah, good shot. And this is sitting nice.
Again, he doesn't want to hit this 1 ball full in the face. He wants to hit it probably right side if he can.
No, he's playing the right shot. That's the half ball hit shot. You got to recognize that shot because it's hard to miss it.
That's good from the point of view that he's not pushed it over the pocket. A wee bit tricky here, though.
He's got to play between the 1 and the 3. I think we'll see what he decides to do. I just hit the 3 down table and stun draw it over into the 1 if it was me. I think that's a pretty easy shot. He's going the other way, it looks like. This shot's a little trickier. Yeah, well played.
So the run goes to 6.
Yeah, let's see if he plays the 2 railer here. He could play the one railer too, because if you miss it on the short side, you're going to hit the rail and come back at it.
Well, he can go thin off the right side of the one and into the three, two rails.
I was thinking the other way is safer because the one's closer to the rail. I would always play 3-1 here because the one's a bigger ball.
I think the only concern is the pace that you have to hit it at and the angle that 3 ball comes off the rail. It's heading down towards the.
This shot is not that easy. What he's playing here, because of where that one ball's sitting, it wasn't that big a ball where it was sitting coming in at that angle. You would have had to be on a pretty flat angle.
Yeah, loads of room to get around behind it. But look at what he's left. Interchangex. Interchangex hasn't got anything inviting.
Well, it's not. And
well, I haven't a clue what he tried there.
He was trying to go 2 rails into the 3. Those kind of kiss things, you just got to play. You got to play enough one pocket so you start seeing those, because if you play one pocket, that comes up all the time where you're having to deal with the kiss, and it's actually pretty amazing how good a feel people can get for it. They can see kisses that are going to come close but not hit on long shots that most of us have no clue. Am I using a different mic? No,
he just sounds rough. He's only fell out of bed.
Sounding a little rough. Fell out of bed. I haven't had my coffee, which at the start of the next game, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Yeah, I slept in this morning.
Well, it's already a long road back for Interchangex. He's had 2 visits here, the last 2 visits, and the table's not been inviting to give him an easy start. And this is a bit fatal, maybe. Oh, he's got it. He's got good. It. Because I thought he was setting up the 1-5 there had he missed that 3 ball.
And now he'll play off the 5 ball here. This is easy with a little bit of English. And watch out. He hit that pretty hard, and that's what you got to be careful of. This kind of thing, if you're going to hit the object ball hard, you better know the path it's running on. He's lucky he didn't scratch it or didn't make the 5.
He wants to try.
And again, this here it is. Here it is. 5-1. You got to recognize that's the half ball hit on the 5. And guys aren't seeing this, and I'll tell you something. I've had the same problem too, where it's just sort of where the ball's on the table, just it looks a little funny. But you can always use the little peace sign trick, where you do the peace sign and you point your fingers out there. And if your index finger and your middle finger each point to a ball, you've got like a 30-degree angle. And that works on VP4 too.
Well, you're going to have to bring an animated hand into the game then, Steve, for us to do that.
Yeah, let's see what he's going to do here. He looks like he's playing 2 rails, and I like that.
Oh, that's unlucky.
He missed the ball.
It's unlucky.
I think that was a good play, but he missed the ball. Well,
But it's a good little contribution. That gets him back in it.
Yeah, he's only down 1, and Cobra doesn't have a whole lot of breathing room
here.
And
he's got to go 1-3 here and send the 1 back over towards the 5. That's going to give him a follow-up opportunity here. He's got to go to the rail before the pocket.
And this is an easy hit. I mean, he's not going to miss that.
Yeah, 1 over towards the 5. It's not perfect. Good morning to Spud Boy.
Well, you can go 3-1. You can either go a little thin on the hit or a little thick on the hit with speed to hit the 1. I'd go a little thin on the hit and go into the rail and then the 1. It's not a hard shot. You just have to be a little thinner on the 3. You got to be a little about about a little under a quarter ball, and
Oh,
he didn't go thin enough on it.
Now, if that runs up, well, I think if he tries to force follow this, he's trying to bank it out the way and miss the one and spin the rail into the one. That's what he's trying to do. But how can he get the 5 behind? Can he get the 5 out the way?
This is tricky.
Yeah, that was the problem.
No, that
problem was
you
getting
and I
to
are
miss
both
that
looking
one.
at that going, this isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And he may have known that too. I mean, I can't tell you how many hundreds of times I've done that where I talk myself into it.
Yeah,
I can make this work.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I say to people, you got to listen to the little voice. The little voice is telling them this looks a bit dodgy. I don't think I can get there, but you just play it anyway. And it could be his last shot in this rack.
My little voice doesn't tell me that. It tells me this isn't going to work.
Well, we're going for the... I thought he was going to go for the big draw there.
I kind of like 2 rails into the 3 and 1. You got a big target there. 2 rails off the 5. Well, that's well played though. I mean, I think when you got balls close, if you can see the shot, if you played a lot of pool and you got balls close, and you move the cue ball well, there's going to be a way you can hit the balls.
Well, this is easy. So the inevitable has happened. Interchangex had multiple chances there. Cobra's gone for a break.
Cobra's lucky he won that game.
Well, Interchangex is... Are you going for your coffee?
I'm going for a coffee.
Well, Interchangex really should have had... I mean, he should have been in the caroms long before Cobra, let's be honest. And, that the amount of chances he had, didn't get there, ended up chasing his tail, got that run of 6, and that was it. But that first rack could have been a different outcome had Interchangex took those opportunities. And if that's where his run in the winner's side is going to end, it's going to end because of that, because you're not taking enough of these chances. And you have to be doing that against Cobra because his scoring contributions are steady and frequent enough to build up that score. Well, that was a short interlude. Cobra breaking off in rack number 2. Quick reminder to any latecomers, we've got this match, which is a round 4 match in the tournament. We also have the one lost side match between Tam from Scotland and Crazy Cow, VP Monster, and that is at 5:30 this afternoon. So that's in 2 3/4 hours time. Now that first rack took 42 minutes for that first rack, which is still longer than a general average for a Cowboy rack. A good average for a Cowboy rack's about 25, 30 minutes. So this one ball will be heading up to the right side. Oh, he's cut it. He's cut it the other way. I thought he was just going to run it soft, but he's run it back up the table. You would think he's trying to draw just over to the left of this one. Although I don't think the angle's that great. That might be part of the problem. Yeah, he's the wrong side. So he's going to have to go the other way. Now again, he's given himself the two opportunities. He's following my rule there. Get yourself top side of the 3, give yourself a sight in 2 different shots here. He can do the force follow to the 5. He can do the thin edge of the 5 to the 1. Well, it's not actually a thin edge, it's probably a third of the 5 ball to get to the 1. The tangent line would have taken him to the 1. Either shot wasn't difficult. Now, this is a sensible shot, potting the 1 and either staying parallel on the kitchen line or going below the 1 and into the kitchen, because when you start rolling a 5 ball onto a 3 ball, you're really hoping to get some sort of shape one way or another. This is a guaranteed shot, so he can take the carom and then get rid of the 3 ball. That was the correct way to go about it. You've got some smashing grills or drills. So already Cobra on 21. No, I think semi-pro just needs to send you. Do you not? I take it the drill is a save file in VP4 offline. I take it that's what it is. So you can just send the file, the save file, which will then lay the pattern in the table so you can play it. I presume that's what it is. Let's have a quick drink. So Interchangex, as and when if he gets a visit here, is going to be immediately up against it in this second rack, having had all those chances and opportunities in the first rack. He's now going to have to produce something in response, and that just tweaks the pressure up a little bit, knowing that he's got to perform. You know, contributions of 10 and 12 don't make it. They don't pose any threat to Cobra. Now, he can pot the 3. Does he want to be aggressive and try and spin this cue ball into the 5 at the same time? Or does he want to just come down below the 1? Again, you see he's thinking in his feet. He's thinking on his feet. Now, has that came into line? Yes, it has. You know, that's where you have to be proactive. You know, the angle he had in the cut in the 3, he could spin the cue ball into the 5, get the 5 into play. You're relying on a little bit of luck that the ball's going to roll and leave you a shot for the carom, but you'll take what you can get, and it allows him to continue the run. Now, this is a bit too much of a cut angle in the 5 to be dropping into the side, and he may well take it. Is he taking it up top? Yeah, up top and going forward by the look of it. Now, he doesn't want to be dead straight. He's fine. See, Cobra is thinking every shot out, and that's why you then start putting runs together, because you're... Again, he's struggling with the longer force follows. As soon as you go to the longer distance, it's such a very minute margin of error picking that line on the hit and the object ball to get that force follow to track towards the other object ball. But it's still a good start for Cobra, a run of 40, and once again he's not left anything really great here for Interchangex, having to play the longer distance carom. This time he's got a little bit of roll of the ball, 5 ball into the side. Now again, down below the 1 would be the order of the day as far as I can see. He looks as if he's stunning across. He's cutting it the other way. Well,
here we go again.
I don't see why he didn't give himself the 2 choice option there and going below the 1. He's played the tougher shot in the cut in the 5. And the visit's only 1, and that ain't good enough, I'm afraid. Welcome to Tommy. Good afternoon. What, you're not in the VP4 Discord channel anymore, Semi-Pro?
I like slims. I like to call them routines. Yeah, that was fun. That's funny, Slim. Just reading the chat.
Now you see, the thing is, if Steve was proactive in encouraging people to try these what do you call them? These drills, he would have a page on the website where they were all on there. You could just click them and immediately play them. You know, that'd be the easy way of doing it.
You're too late to that. You're too late to that party, Hugh. I already told Semi-Pro I'd put a page up.
Oh, you did do that? Well, you see, there you go. Of course, that'll be after he puts in my cameras and puts the black the dark background to the VP4 tournament pages. You know, that once he's done all of those things, then he can deal with your routine stuff.
Well, Albin is saying Interchangex has gone goofy.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way it's looking at the moment, there's not a lot to encourage anybody who's backing Interchangex that he's going to come out of this with anything on the board at the end of the day. Because this is just taking candy from a baby, as the Americans say. I mean, he's come to the table 1, and, you know, knowing that he has to perform, he's way back in the distance here. See these little cuts and these pockets. I tell you, these pockets have definitely get more difficult. Everybody's convinced.
Well, you know, that angle, I find that kind of angle out in the middle of the table to be tricky in VP4. I don't have a lot of trouble with it in real life, but in VP4, I think that shot's not so easy.
Well, I mean, I suppose from one point of view, it was a run of 21, a run of 40, and a run of 21, and Interchangex.
And now he's funny.
Straight away, he's gone dead straight again. He's going to have to go for the draw.
Yeah, the 5 ball's easy. And I think he can make this 5 ball.
Well, he's got to get out into the table. And that will do it.
Well, he's got the balls in good position. Let's see if he can pop off a big run. The table's sitting good.
Well, this is going to be thin, and again, he could finish up the short rail. Oh, unbelievable, he's missed it. He's missed it completely, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could have played to the 3 ball. He could have played to the 3 ball. I mean, Oh, he could have definitely taken a bigger piece of the 5 and gone off the end rail into the 3. Semi-pro, have you got the, were you able to do the Inca drill? Have you got that one up yet?
Well, let's have a look. What would I be thinking here with this 5 ball? I'd be just dropping it in fairly gentle if he wants to play the 5 to the 3. But again, you've got to get the ball in the hole. I mean, that was not a difficult pot in the 5 ball, and Interchangex is not at the party, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think Albin might be right. He might be gone goofy and not coming back.
I mean,
I may have to get on the pool table and do that drill today. I may get it done before you do in VP4.
So 2 visits from Interchangex have accumulated a total of 5 points, and that is definitely 1 lost side material. That is not the productivity of a player that's going to contend in this tournament.
Well, look at this. He's getting another chance. He just needs to get the switch into the on position.
Well, he's okay for a start. 3 ball and then 5-3 combo. That's fine. Karam, I should say. And if I was him, I'd be overcutting this 5.
I'd be banking it at the pocket.
Yeah.
I would have banked it and tried to make it.
See, again, that shot there, he did not need to hit that as hard. He's now gone upward again. If he had hit that a thinner cut in the 5, he would have pushed it towards the top right-hand corner pocket. And now he's back in shape.
Yeah, and he can get the 5 ball off the rail here too. Except when you hit it dead on and double kiss it. But he's okay here, and he'll have another easy 3-5 Karam.
Well, that's never going to get in the hole. He's not lining these spots up.
You know, it's interesting because he's hitting them thick. I don't know if he's trying to overcompensate for the 10-foot table and trying to aim thicker, but he keeps missing balls on the thick side.
Yeah, we've seen how this 10-foot table catches players out. I mean, that to me, you're never missing that ball down the rail. Well, I mean, I have to laugh at Cobra. Cobra's type. We are crap today. Now, is he mean that? Does he mean that in the collective we, or is he meaning that in the sarcastic we? Is that a reference to Interchangex, or is he actually collectively saying that they're playing crap? I don't think Cobra's playing crap. He just scored enough when he's at the table. He's not having to produce anything exciting.
Cobra's certainly not playing his best game right now.
And he doesn't need to. That's the problem.
I don't know how to get my mind out of this place. Well, yeah. I mean, that's I'll give him some psychology. I'll give the psychologist some psychology. The issue with getting the mind out of that place has to do more to do with emotions than the way you're thinking. You just got to take that. You got to take the emotional part out of it, because next thing you know, you're getting frustrated. You're getting down.
Well, ideally here, he's got an open table. He's played the 3 ball. I think I would have been more inclined to play the Karam onto the 3 and actually try and thin it and get up the table, get that 5 on its spot. This is not easy either where he's finished.
It's just a stun.
Yeah. You see, he's just getting himself. I think if he'd done my shot, I think that would have been a better shot to actually try and get that cue ball to bump the short rail down here at the bottom and run up the table so he could have taken the 5.
If I was playing that shot in real life, I don't think I would ever miss it. It's not that hard a shot. It's just a little off a stun there. I mean, and the ball's pretty big. You're not that far away from it. As long as you have a feel for the table now, if you're, you get on the table and it's brand new felt or something like that, well, and you haven't played on the table at all and you try to shoot that shot, yeah, it's going to be really tough. But if you have a feel for the table and you know how the table friction's playing, that shot should be easy. Now, this distance is harder, but he's got 2 balls.
Open table.
Yeah, well, he's going for both, which I think is a smart thing to do.
And now the force follow on the 5. I think he's fine.
Yeah, I don't think he's going for both here.
So this 5 ball heading up towards the top left-hand corner. Paul, well, he's actually played the draw. I thought he was going to just play the force follow, but I think he's been stung because he's missed a few of those longer force follows in the match so far. Cobra, he just decided to play what would have been the safe, the easier shot, the draw, when he had the line to do it. So now he's moved on to 85. This will take him to 86. Now the problem here is that he has to keep the 3 in play, and again thinking on his feet, and he might get greedy here and go for the bump in the 5 to get him to 90. It seems a sensible enough shot.
Boy, I would.
No, you just go to the rail and come in behind the 5. That's ideally what you want to do here. You don't want to hit it direct. Well, he's caught it in the way up. That wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, he's good though.
Well, he can go off the left side of the 1 and bump the 3 from the short rail. That's a longer distance, so they can get into the corner and do 2 rails.
I like off the 3, 2 rails into the 1. And this is where playing more carom shots is really worthwhile, because when you start hitting stuns and you start hitting the ball hard in this carom phase, you're just asking for an object ball to go in a pocket.
Well, again, the interesting thing there is he went the other way. He went off the right side of the 3 and just just used the short rail and backed into the 1 that way. It's not got him any great shape in his follow-up, but again, he can spin into this 1 off this 3. It's a big target, this 3 ball. He shouldn't really be missing this 1 ball, sorry.
Yeah,
that's look at this shot. Look at this now. I mean, this is it. He's home and dry. Yeah,
that was just a half ball hit with a little English. You gotta love that kind of shot. You almost can't miss that.
Now, where the 1 ball's sitting and where these balls are, if he can work his way around here, I don't think he'll be that far off the finishing line in this rack by the time he's finished.
Yeah, it looks like Cobra is starting to get in gear here, and that's bad for Interchangex, because Interchangex had lots of chances, and that may be all going away if Cobra starts playing well. Now, he's got himself a little funny here.
Well, I think it's a draw either way. I don't think he's going to be running to any rail. These middle pockets are a bit too adjacent.
I like drawing off the 5 ball better, just because you're not going to run into the 3 ball with the 1.
Yeah, but look at where the 5 ball's going, and he's missed it. But I think he can be rest assured that he's going to have plenty of opportunities here to get himself to that finishing line. And this is already gone. No, he's okay. I thought the 3 was going to block that 1 there. Well, I think Interchangex is fully aware of what's required of this visit. You know, he's just got to keep scoring and not stop until he gets into the caroms. That's basically what he has to do here, because a couple more visits from Cobra, if he gets a good, an easy starter in his next visit, this rack's done. Oh, that was very dicey there. But he'll take it. Now again, this is gentle enough and let the cue ball just take its natural path. And now he's in line. Now if he sends this, well, he's going 5-1. I think I'd be more inclined to go 3-5. Now the angle in the one would allow him to, maybe if he wants to spin to the left and play 5-3, he's going 5 to come back behind the one again. So that's gave him choices, and he's still okay. It's always about giving yourself multiple choices if you can when you're trying to get on a run. Eventually you'll end up probably loosening the balls up and you'll have to pull off a recovery shot, but that's what it's all about, and keeping runs going in Cowboy.
Yeah, he's not out of it. He needs to not make mistakes here. I think when the balls get on the spots, that's kind of a tricky situation, because
again,
the traditional billiard shots, don't work so well. I mean, they'll work, but it's not a big target. And I think that's why guys are using force follow or stun overs more than they're trying to go multiple rails.
Big draw. So the visit was 25. Oh, this is ended up a dream here. Look at the little kiss with the one ball onto the 3. Merry Christmas, Cobra. And the one ball right in the middle of the table. He's got to be out here. Played the little double kiss to keep the 5 ball there.
Yeah, this is perfect. Now just a little gentle brush to the 3 to the rail. Yep. He caught a little bit too much 3 ball. He wanted to be a little bit more in line with the cue ball, because the longer you can stay in line, the longer you can milk this. You don't want to get directly in line, but you need to, if you can keep a fairly thin angle, you can go back and forth for a long time. And he wasn't taking any chances of not getting to that one. Well, I'll be interested to see what he does here. Looks like he's going to draw off the 5 to the 3. And this is not guaranteed, although the 3 ball is pretty big where it's sitting. But it's not this big. Not quite that big. You need a bowling ball size ball to hit that.
So,
well,
Cobra
there's a pretty
2
good
points
chance
away.
this is InterchangeX's last turn, so he best do something. Yeah, think about Cobras. He's just very solid. He thinks about it a lot. He's definitely gotten better at this game. I think there's still quite a bit of room for improvement, but from where he started this tournament to where he is now, he's definitely improved.
Well, he's found his way of doing things where he doesn't, if he can help it, he does not let that cue ball run loose. And it gives him a level of consistency that gives him pretty good, probably a pretty good scoring average, overall. I think he's probably got the best scoring average in the tournament, even without working out any stats. The consistency's there. There's certain shots that he avoids that quite a few Cowboy players would be going for, but what he does works for him, and it's good enough at the level of players he's been playing. It's been good enough to get him through.
Well, what you said is a huge thing for all pool games: is don't turn the cue ball loose. And I think the way that players think is the reason why they continue to do that, because most of the time you can get away with it, especially if you're playing a game like 9-ball. You turn it loose and turn it loose and turn it loose, and you're running out. And, 80 or 90% of the time you turn it loose and, you come out and you're okay.
See, that's Stubbs' philosophy.
Well,
that's how he runs it.
It's just basic human nature is that, when you're succeeding 80 or 90% of the time doing it a certain way, you think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
You're not motivated to change it. Now, if you were turning it loose and only coming out good 10% of the time, you'd change it pretty fast. But what you have to realize as a player is that when the guy that's really good doesn't turn it loose and you do, that, 10%, 15% of the time that you're not so good and he doesn't have that problem, that's enough to mean that you can never beat him. And that's, that's when you get up at the high level. Those things make a gigantic difference in player level, but players don't recognize that when they're playing because they're getting away with it a lot, and that's Stubb to a T, because he gets in these competitions against the guys that can really play, and he turns it loose and he loses consistently.
And that's the thing. He's been doing it for so many years. We saw what he was trying to do in the last tournament. He was trying to be a bit more thoughtful in what he was doing. I know that if he played in this tournament, he'd be running the cue ball. He'd be doing what most of the Cowboy players do a lot of the time.
You got to understand how to think, and the best way to do it is, watch the pros in real life. Oh, there we go, another miss. Well, at least he got a few points, but I don't think he's going to last here.
Well, I'd be going left side of the 5, bit of right English in the cue ball, past that side pocket and spin it in, maybe even off the back rail onto that 3-ball.
Yeah, I like going to the right with left spin.
See, again, he's not put any spin on it at all. I mean, if you use the spin, you're going to get to the short rail and kick that 3.
He should have gone to the right side and hit before the side pocket with a lot of spin and opened it up. So I'm watching Shane play a match, and he gets a little out of line on this ball, gets on the wrong side of it, and it's like no problem. I mean, he's got plenty of stroke. He just wham it, bring it across the table, and it's like no big deal. He's going to run out, but he's all pissed off because he didn't get on the side of the ball that makes it so he can just dink it over there. Now he's got to hit it harder, and that's the way those guys think. They're not thinking, "Oh yeah, I ran out, so everything was good." They're looking at every single shot going, I want to put the cue ball here, and if they don't, they're not going to be happy.
Yeah, he's thinking about where he failed. He didn't get that ball on the spot.
Yeah, because he understands that might be a 1 or 2% difference in if he runs out or not. And that's why he's the best player in the world, because that's the way he thinks. And all those guys think like that.
So Cobra looking for the side rail or the long rail on the side, bump the 5.
Yep, it's all over.
And as long as the 3 gets out of the way, which it has, this is the simplest force follow you're ever going to see in Cowboy.
Yeah.
Unmissable.
So I would still hit this with English, though. He didn't, but I always hit those shots with English. After playing enough one pocket and trying to make the ball and scratch and not being successful sometimes, you learn just to always hit that shot with English.
So 2-0 to Cobra, and the match has been on for an hour and an hour and 12 minutes, shall we say. So that is good news for me, because if Cobra gets to the finishing line, I can get myself set up for the next match.
Yeah, if they ever play, you know, the thing about one pocket that's interesting of that situation where you got the ball hanging in the pocket is that, you know, there's times when you can't make it and follow it in. And that's when guys are going to shoot it and launch the cue ball off the table, which can be pretty dangerous. If somebody gets hit in the head with a flying cue ball, but I mean, that's what happens is if you cannot follow the ball in, the only option is to launch the cue ball off the table.
What launch it off the table without playing a legal shot in terms of hit?
You hit the ball into the pocket and the cue ball goes flying off the table.
Right.
Because you have to scratch. If it's a guy's game winning balls, you got to scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're at an angle like down the rail where you can't follow it in, then that's your only option is to launch the ball off the table. And well, they probably shouldn't be allowed bedhead because you know conk some fan and hit. I remember when I was young and I'm in the pool room and one of the real good players in there, he was sitting there eating lunch, and somebody broke and the cue ball came flying off the table, hit him in the wrist and broke his wrist. He couldn't play pool for 2 months. He was really pissed off.
I'd be more pissed off that I was eating my lunch and it was my sandwich hand that got broken. I mean, if that was my feeding hand, I'd be bringing charges to the guy.
Well, the pool room was dumb because they had the table set up where you're breaking towards where people are sitting.
Yeah, that's never a good idea.
But it's the table should always be set up so you break towards the wall.
Yeah.
And but you know, I know pool rooms are still set up like that where they're breaking, you know, out towards the middle of the room, especially if you're breaking towards a seating area. You're just asking for trouble.
Well, Cobra got found out there with a cut shot in the 3-ball.
Well, let's see if Interchangex can put something together here. It's 2-0.
Well, I hope for his sake that he does, and I hope for the sake of actually having a match here that he does as well.
Well, this is about the point where you've gone through what do they call it, the 5 stages of grief or something. Maybe there's only 3 stages in pool, but he's gotten to the point where you know he was.
Oh, this isn't great.
Probably angry, frustrated, disappointed, whatever. And maybe he's at the point now where he's just
where he doesn't care and just wants to go on with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I would have went for the cut in the 5 there, even though it was dodgy. The cut up the table, I think, was more difficult.
Yeah, and you know the thing is that kind of shot. You know, again, he hit it thick, which. You know, I don't get, you know, guys tend to overcut balls in these tables. He's made most of his misses on the thick side. You know, an Albin or a Cobra, there's a good chance that they're making that ball. I mean, that one wasn't even close.
No, nowhere near it. So Cobra's absolutely under no pressure at all. And he'll just take his time, accumulate the points again, get rid of the first target, the deficit, which is nothing, basically. Let's have a quick look at this bracket and have a look at probably where Interchangex is going to finish, because let's not mince our words. It's not looking good for him, put it that way. And Interchangex is moving up to the 1-loss side at the moment, if the score stays the way it is, and he's waiting on the winner of the match between Wanwa and Tommy. No, tell a lie. Yeah, he's waiting. He's waiting on the winner of that match. That'll be a good match between Tommy and Wanwa.
Yeah, Tommy was talking about having trouble matching up with Wanwa. Yeah, I mean that. Who else was it that had trouble? I think it was Albin. Albin had trouble matching up with him.
It was the last day in the last few hours that they managed to get it done. And
now, isn't his name really Fan Fan?
well, he insists it's Fan Fan, but unless it's typed out Fan Fan, his name's Wanwa. You know.
Oh, so he's saying that's pronounced Fan Fan.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a bit like calling yourself Steve and saying it's pronounced Mike. You know, it's nothing like it.
Well, with some of the Asians, I mean, I've seen names that they say them and it's Judy, and then you look at the spelling, it's like, huh? I mean, so yeah, they have some very strange spellings that don't sound. You'd think phonetically aren't going to sound the way that they're pronouncing them.
Well, what's even stranger is he's Italian. I presume he's Italian.
Maybe he's from Italy, but he's got to be Asian or something if he's thinking that says Fan Fan.
Mm.
I can't believe he'd be. First off, I can't believe any Italian would name their kid Fan Fan. I can believe it. For Asian.
It'd be
for an Italian.
Gino or
yeah,
whatever.
I'll tell you the best name I've ever heard. One of the best. The Italians, they all have cool names. Like Mario Andretti. What a cool name that is. It just rolls off your tongue. So there was a guy that I played basketball against in high school. His name was Dino Giacomazzi. What a great name, Dino Giacomazzi.
Well, now the question is that Polish descent or with a name like Giacomazzi?
Giacomazzi, that's Italian. It's like
is it?
Oh yeah, it ends with a
is
vowel,
it
not the double consonant.
Is it not
Andretti
Giacomazzi?
Yeah, that's very Italian.
Well, post follows simple enough. 5 ball heading up towards the 3.
Watch out.
Well, here's a similar cut for Cobra. In fact, probably not quite as simple, not quite as easy as the one that Interchangex had. Cobra's now sitting awkward here, but this one will cut.
I shoot the 5 here every time.
When you overcut the 5, you're running back around the 2 rails back into the table in the bottom half here towards us, where he's going for the cut. He probably just roll it in.
He's not going to miss that. And that, again, those are shots that these good guys, they're not going to miss those. I mean, that one cut Interchangex hit it earlier, the long one down the rail. Now, anybody could miss that. But that kind of cut Cobra just shot, he's never going to miss that.
Well, a little. I don't know whether
Giacomowski.
Nice.
That's right. That's right. That's good, man. Hugh thought I said Giacomowski.
Giacomowski.
That's Mickey and Minnie Mouse's Polish cousin, Giacomowski. Stuff's brother. You guys are funny.
So the visit is 36 and counting. And now he's gone funny. He's going to have to probably cut this one. Let's have a look at the 3. No, he's definitely cutting the 1. He's not doing anything with the 3 ball, I don't think, is he? Well, he looks as if he's going to be coming back bottom side of the 1 here, if he's cutting the 3.
I just cut the 5.
3 ball.
You got 3 balls like this, they're all hard. Cut the one with the most points.
No, he's going to cut the 3 and finish on the left side. And where's the 3 going? 3's going there, so...
Oh, no, you can't lose cutting that 5 ball.
No,
because the 5's going to spot up in the middle and look where the 1 and 3 are. You can't lose cutting the 5 ball. He's going to cut the 1. I think he thinks that's an easier shot. And it was. It was definitely easier than the 5 ball.
Oh, you see now he's going to have to dig out a shot here. Now I'd be going for the 2 and 1. he's going to probably go 3 short rail into the back of the 5. Nope, going direct to it. Just caught it.
Cobra reminds me of a friend of mine. He'll sit there and look at the table and look at the table and look at the table and take forever, and then shoot the obvious shot. I mean, that one ball is obviously the right shot, but and you know, I think I don't think they need that long. It's just that they're sort of convincing themselves that I'm making the right play or something like that, because you know, and it'll do it every time. If you look at the obvious shot, he'll sit there and look and look and look and look, and he's always going to shoot the obvious shot.
Aye, but you see, the thing is though, that's still playing within the rhythm of their, you know, their setup, the way they go, the way they approach the shots. You know, maybe he had already made up his mind, but you're just looking around, and as you say, you know, he's convinced himself that he's doing the right thing, and you know, it's working.
He definitely plays in a rhythm that, you know, it's a slow rhythm, but he definitely plays in a rhythm.
Now, what's happened here? Now it's ugly. Well, it's a nice little thin right side of the 3 and around the angles into the 5.
Yeah, I just like the 2-railer on the 5. That's an easy shot because it's about a 30-degree angle. It's
yeah,
just,
again, look at what he's doing.
It's a half ball hit with a lot of English on it.
Yeah, he's looking around.
Not even a lot. It's a half ball hit with some English on it, and go 2 rails and right around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on the thin side. That was probably a thin quarter, but that's probably the smart way to shoot it. Because the only way you could really miss that was to be too high on it. It was very difficult to be too low.
Let's look at the 3. See, the 3's too thin a cut to be checking
it. No,
it.
it's not. That's an easy shot.
Well, I'm talking about what I was thinking here. It was too thin a cut to be cutting it with right English just to check the cue ball and keep it up near the 3 and 5.
I can't believe he missed that shot.
So the visit was 49, and one thing's for sure, Interchangex has been nowhere near 49 in any of his visits.
And really, the only reason that ball didn't go in is because he overcut it and just didn't have enough speed. If he would have hit it harder, it would have gone in on that line.
Well, I think,
you know, Interchangex, it's not done yet.
He's got to score here. He's got to get something on the board worth mentioning.
It's kind of a now or never time.
He's got to be in the lead. Must be in the lead after this visit. Because psychologically it does damage to you when you can't eat away that deficit. You're always chasing the rest of the rack, and you know, and it doesn't give you a great deal of confidence for doing much if you ever get to the caroms.
He does have a player picture. He's got the guy with the beard, don't be a numpty, with the, I don't know what kind of head that is, and it says the sun on it. I can't read the small letters to the left of the sun. Can anybody see that and see what it really says? Let's see.
Oh, no, there's no way I can read that. That's just a total blur. It probably might be able to read it on his profile picture. Hang on a minute.
Okay, I just expanded the, yeah, I got it. Get your ass something or other football coverage every day. Get your, I can't read the third word, something football coverage every day.
Well, that's the Sun newspaper in the UK. That's where he's got that image from.
Yeah, that's the most popular rag sheet you guys got. That's the one with the third page girls. I know all about that.
Yeah, the page 3 girls. Yeah, it's the only one I think. Well, in fact, I haven't bought a newspaper and go, oh, wait a minute, where's the cue ball going? Well, it's grim reading. No matter what newspaper it is, it's grim reading for Interchangex.
Yeah, he's looking like he's Alvin was right. He was toast, and he's gone goofy, and he's just not coming out of it.
Good morning to Rotor Monkey.
But that's been his pattern in these tournaments. And, you know, I mean, eventually I think he'll get this figured out. It's just, you know, you gotta keep at it. You know, I spent quite a while dogging my brains out until I figured out how not to do it. And,
oh, he just clipped that. No more.
Nobody says it's going to be easy to rectify those kind of situations.
So how close to 90 is Cobra going to be after this visit? Probably not far off it.
I would think he's probably getting to 90 and beyond here. I mean, Cobra has started to play his game, and, you know, you would expect him to be running 40, 50 every time he gets to the table when he starts playing well. And he's going to cut the 5 in the side. Nope, he's going to the corner. Yeah, the corner's easier shot. But see him looking.
Yeah, down the table, 5 to the 3. I mean, it's obvious. The only problem is he's that bit further away, so he's now looking at the thin edge. I mean, this is still always a force follow, this 5 ball.
Yeah.
To the 3.
It's a follow shot.
And again, he's caught out by these longer distance force follows. They're not easy.
Well, I would have shot the 5 there for sure. I mean, you know, what he got wasn't any kind of bargain.
Well, this is the story of the whole match. Interchangex, big deficit.
He could have shot the 5 and gone forward and been fine.
Well, Interchangex has got a sort of similar shot here at distance.
Interchangex has just struggled in this match. He's just never really got rolling. It's just been a difficult match for him.
Well, if the angle's good enough, kill the cue ball, leave the 5-3. I think he was worried there with the angle. If he stunned it, he probably might have got too much in line, but he's opened it up. So,
well, let's see. We got Tam versus Crazy Cow later today.
Yeah, that's in 2 hours' time. That match could go anyway. VP Monster struggling with the potting. Tam's going to play looser. And then when it gets to the caroms, it could be anybody's game.
Yeah, well, that'll be an interesting match. I mean, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen. There we go with another Miss Carom, and not a hard one either.
Yeah, VP Monster's definitely going to be the favourite for it, but if Tam puts his mind to it and doesn't scratch too many times and sacrifice too many points, then it could be interesting.
That shot he just missed there, that Carom, he missed that because he hit the cue ball too hard, and I've noticed that in this game is that players have a tendency to hit the ball at the wrong speed, and what I'm saying by that is it's not just a matter of when they miss, but also a lot of times when they hit it, there seems, wow, look at that. There seems to be a tendency to hit the ball
Let's watch the replay of that
too
last
hard.
shot.
And you know, it's a matter of understanding that the cue ball is going to curve and how quick the spin's going to take, and you know, sometimes harder is not better, because you have multiple choices on how to make the angle right, and hitting it harder is one of them. But there's times when that's good, and there's times when it's bad, and I see a lot of bad choices in how to make the cue ball go online.
I love the way Cobra's getting on his own back here. He's saying depressing.
Well, I mean, he really hasn't played that great, but you know, I mean, is turned into blowout because Interchangex didn't show up.
But the thing is, though, that you don't have to be. I mean, Cobra, the way he's going in this tournament so far, it doesn't have to be playing sort of no miss Cowboy.
I'll tell you what, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with because he's getting better. He's understanding the game. See, that's why he's saying depressing, because he's expecting better out of himself, and he knows he has better, and that's the way you got to think. Is you've got. It's not about winning. It's got to be about playing a certain way.
Well, let's have a look at one thing here. Hang on. I mean, I'm talking about the players that he's played so far. So let's look at this bracket, because I want to look at where the hell is he in this bracket? There he is. Right. So,
if you click on his name, it'll show you. Click on Cobra's name; it'll show you all his matches.
So, if you look at the matches, he's beaten Bedhead 3-1.
Yeah, click on that.
The tight match was Cobra against Hervey. Cobra won that 3-2.
Hugh, click on Cobra.
Just click on him. I've clicked on him.
There you go.
And then he's won 2 final rack deciders. And when the pressure was on against Mr. Fox, he ran a 91, didn't he, in that final rack?
Yeah.
Took him out of the game.
Look at who's played. Bedhead's no slouch. Hervey's no slouch. Fox is no slouch. I mean, he's played. Every match he's played has been against a quality player. He has not had anything
exactly,
easy.
and that's the point is that when it's at this stage of the tournament, he's looking odds-on favourite to go through, and he's then going to be playing either Albinario or Slim. And either of those two are going to have to be scoring consistently on their visits if they're going to put Cobra under pressure. That's the point. And if they don't, he's just going to keep doing the same thing. And consistency is good enough to get him to win.
That Albin Slim match is going to be a good one. That's on Monday.
Yeah, I'll be there for that. Well, Interchangex in the meantime, while I've been looking at that, I think that's maybe done him a favour. Us not paying attention to what he's doing. He's on 30. Now that we're back at the screen, that might be a recipe for disaster.
Well, guys, I hope everybody's having a good holiday. Enjoy yourselves while you can. You never know what's going to happen. Look what happened to Darren Appleton. I mean...
yeah, that's a nice Christmas present, isn't it? I mean, that was a shocker to hear that today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy stuff. I've got a friend that 2 weeks ago, she got up at like 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom. Didn't want to wake her husband, so she walked down the hall to go to the bathroom down the hall. Tripped, fell down, took a header, broke her neck, and now she's a quadriplegic.
Jesus.
Going to the bathroom at night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just got to count your blessings, enjoy your life, because you never know when something like that could happen to you.
Yeah, just when you least expect things like that to happen, crazy things happen. Well, Interchangex is on 43, and this is the type of contribution that he honestly should have been making right from the start. Had he been doing that, different ball game.
Here we go with that nice angle, 5 to the 3, or 3 to the 5 is pretty good too. I'd go 5. I mean, 5 to the 1. I'd go 5 to the 1, but he's going to go 3 to the 5.
Oh, he's okay. He's okay.
I don't like that.
He's okay.
I would have gone 5 to the 1. It was a better angle. You didn't have to thin it. It was a half ball.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Is Fast Eddie still there? Is he still watching the stream? Because I've already made an apology in the lobby, and I don't know whether Fast Eddie was there.
You're apologising to Fast Eddie? What did you do to Fast Eddie?
Well, I'm apologising on my behalf and your behalf, Steve. Who was he playing? Was it Woody, the Fast Eddie Woody match?
Did we use the numpty word too much?
Yeah, because I apologised in the lobby, and I don't know whether Fast Eddie was there or whether he caught it, but I actually apologised publicly in the lobby for the fact that me and Steve were laughing so much at his match with Woody.
I see. It was a Scottish apology. I see. I see.
Because Eddie was trying to play little stun shots to get the Carm, and he was always drawing the ball, and he was never getting in. There was other crazy things happening, and we were getting a good laugh at it. And we're not here to laugh at other people's expense, but when they start doing things and they keep doing them and it keeps happening, then you can't help but laugh.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Well,
I've been there in playing matches where I'm laughing at
yeah,
myself.
you've just got to laugh. I mean,
I'm playing in this tournament final, and I'm just screwing everything up, and I'm laughing and stuff. And the guy running the tournament's looking at me like I'm crazy. Yeah. Hey, I ended up winning the tournament, and it's probably because I didn't get pissed off. I was just laughing. It was so bad. But when I got the switch on, and then it was all over.
Now there's a good little draw. Now Eddie is there. Yeah, did you watch any of that video played back, Eddie? You don't want to watch it. But that's what I was saying. Have you been working on your little stun shots? You're always putting the Q-tip too low in that match, and you were always drawing the ball rather than playing the actual stun.
The only time you're on the high side is when you hit it too hard and the curve didn't catch. Every other time you're always on the low side.
He watched. He put himself through the mill. Watched it. Well, the run ends in 57.
That's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad.
But
I mean, these guys keep relying on these thin hits, and if you're going to rely on thin hits and going forward, my advice is you better keep the balls close together, because with any kind of distance, those shots become very difficult. You're better off looking for half ball hits that, because those are not sensitive to your aim. I mean, they're going to basically go anywhere from a quarter ball to 3/4 ball. The cue ball is going to go on pretty close to the same line. So it's, especially if you've got a big ball near a rail and you've got that kind of hit, you can't miss. I mean, it's automatic. As soon as you start going to that thin hit or that force follow or draw shot, and you have space between the balls, you've got to be very accurate.
Well, this is Cobra about as close to being under threat as he has been in this match. He's come to the table on 75, so he's 15 behind. He sees Interchangex on 90, and Cobra now knows that he can't miss and leave anything as an easy start here for Interchangex. So Cobra's now playing under. He's got himself under pressure here. He knows what he has to do, and we saw what he did when he was under threat from Mr. Fox. He put together a 91 in that final rack, and this is the type of situation I think Cobra loves. He just loves to dig himself out a hole.
Yeah, he's probably the best in VP4 at playing under the gun. He's shown it over and over and over again. Has he ever dogged it? Yeah, but everybody's dogged it. He tends to perform well in these situations. It would be nice to see Interchangex get there and win a game. The first question is he going to get back to the table? Because he may not.
Well, I think that wasn't a bad thing there, the 3-ball actually not going in. I think it gives him a view down the table here off this 3-ball. Well, he's running it out into the middle. He's now going to have to spin in behind the 5. Big target again. Should never miss this.
It's a huge target. The only thing is no, he's not in the caroms yet, so it doesn't matter if he makes a ball. Now, what's he doing here? I don't know what the hell he's looking at.
Well, he's doing what you talked about.
Thing. He's going to look all over the place and then shoot the obvious shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and I'll tell you what, that drives people crazy too. People hate playing my friend.
So, 85, 83, and he should be guaranteed a 3-5 carom in a minute. Just needs to get bottom side or top side. This is bottom side as we look. Bottom side of the 3. Top side is that side and from our camera angle. And that's perfect. And that's worked out even better because that takes him on to 89 and he's pretty nigh dead certain of one for 90 and he's got a carom to follow. In fact,
he could be a numpty and shoot the 3.
Well, it could be, and it has been done. We're not naming names, but I think it might have happened in that match with Fast Eddie and Woody. Now, he doesn't want to go too straight, and he's going to have to feathered light touch this because he wants to brush that 3. He doesn't want to hit it full on. He wants to skim it.
And now our big disagreement in that match was about Woody. I thought that he had the coolest beard in VP4, and you thought he looked like a terrorist.
That's right. Yeah, he looked like a terrorist. The only thing that was missing was an AK-47. That was the only thing. You know, he's wearing shades. You get one of these dodgy terrorist-looking beards. Oh no, I would have steered well clear of him if I'd met him in the street. Well, Cobra on 21. And again, sending the 3 up table. This is going to go to the rail. Now, how's that? See, it's out off the rail, but it's still a good target.
This is not so easy here.
Let's have a look at how thin he needs to hit that 5.
He's got to be thin on the 5, and this is where it starts getting difficult. Even though the 3 ball's big, the hit's pretty touchy. And it's actually a lot harder than it looks. If you have this kind of shot and it's a half ball hit, it's automatic. But this is not. He's got to hit it thin, and he hit it well.
Now this is one where
this is one where you roll it. You could play the 1, 2 rails. You got the 3 and the 5. You could go at it that way.
Well, I think
I'd kind of like that shot.
I'd want to hit this full in the face, this 5 ball. I don't want to be cutting it to the pocket. Or that'll work, although it's still not pretty, but he can now go side rail into the 1. Does he go tight into the corner behind the 1? Let's have a look from his end. How does that look?
I'd probably go into the corner, but that is a little risky. It's a little tight there going into the corner. He's going straight into it, which I think was a good choice. That's a lot safer shot because you were going to have to be real close to the corner with the 2 railer.
Now it's tough, but he can push this 3 ball out of the way and go force follow to the 5, which is dangerous. Or he can go 1 to 5 or 1 to 3.
This is a shot I like.
No, he's going 1 to 3.
And I think that was probably a better shot because that was a big ball.
Did he check that up there with right English? Did he check that with right English? I think he did.
He might have. I don't know. Normally in that shot, it's a little easier to play it without the English, but if it gets to the point where you're having to hit it so thin, then maybe a little English is going to make the target bigger. Just
got to be careful with the angle. He's looking at the 3 where the 3 ball's going because he's obviously wants a line from the 3 to the 5.
Yeah, this is not a hard shot. He shouldn't be anywhere close to the corner pocket, and he wasn't. But he was way thin on it. But that was a little bit scary.
And there you go. He's almost taken the match away from Interchangex there because he's now at a run of 27, well into the caroms, only 3 points away, and Interchangex is in last chance saloon here, and this isn't good shape.
Well, there we go, turning the balls loose.
Well,
yeah, you couldn't make it much more difficult than this.
Well, I know what I'm doing. It's 3 ball and 2 or 3 rails into the 1, trying to get to the short rail at the back of the 1, risk the scratch. Hell for leather is how I'd be doing it.
I was thinking the 1 to the 3. I'd go 2 rails, 1 to the 3.
Yeah, that's elaborate, and that's nowhere near it.
That was an interesting play. He was going for the 3-railer into it, but he didn't hit it very well.
Well, this is where Cobra's going to have to use rails here. He's going to have to be brave and play a couple of railer to get to the 3. In fact, if he goes to the short rail off the 1, long rail on the left, long rail on the right, onto the right side of the 3. No, he's going the other way to the 5.
The 5 ball is a little bigger, but it's also more chance you're going to make the 5.
Like that, you mean?
Yeah. See, I probably would have played to the 3 just because the chance of making it was a lot less. The 5 was a bigger ball, bigger target, but part of that target was pocket. I mean, not that you couldn't make the 3. I mean, it was makeable, but it was a lot harder to pot.
I'll tell you what, if Interchangex could come to the table and have an easy shot to start, he'd be at least thinking he's been done a favour, but he's getting nothing off Cobra here. This is ugly.
Yeah, I mean,
he looks like he's trying to kick the 1 and somehow bump into the 3 like that. That's a good shot.
Yeah. It was a good shot, but it's a risky shot.
Risky.
I probably would have played off the 5 ball, but he pulled it off. I mean, it was a nice kick.
Well, I think he's past caring about what's risky and what isn't. He just wants to try and hang in there.
Well, if you can see the shot, that's the thing, is if you can see the
Oh,
shot.
no, disaster.
Which, I guess he didn't see that.
Well, it's all over. Ball in hand. And it's going to be 3 to the 5, which again is a big target. Short rail, long rail into the back of the 5. Now, how does he want to be really cute with it? I think I'd be trying to be a bit cute with this. He's going the other way, but I'd be trying to bump that 5 in a gentle enough pace to send it down near the 1.
He missed it.
Yeah,
that wasn't close.
See, that was a gilt-edged chance here to get himself out, because if he'd played at a dead weight pace to bump the 5 up towards the 1, he would be in 99, and then he probably had there we go again.
Oh boy! Well, the 3 to the 5 was an easier shot, anyways.
Well, I think it's hasta la vista time.
Eddie said he appreciates the advice. Okay, Eddie, I'm going to give you the ultimate advice. Go watch that link.
What the hell link's that? Goodness me, that's 3 pages long, I think.
Oh, it's got my search on it too. So I was searching for stuff. Go watch that link.
So Cobra on 99.
If you can figure that out, then you've got it made in this game. That is the secret.
Now he needs to get lucky here. And that is perfect.
Yeah, a little bit of right English.
Mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Let's see if he hits this with the right English. He should. Little right English, Cobra.
You don't even need any English. You just dink it in off the 1. Goodness me, you never miss this.
You don't need English, but I would always hit this with English.
I mean, he's spending 20 minutes looking at this. I would have the ball in the hole and gone home. The time he's taking to play this. Well, I'm glad it's all over, because it means I've got time to get prepared for the next one. But well done to Cobra.
You can go get yourself a curry.
I'm going to get... no, I've had something to eat, so I've taken care of that. But I'm going to get a coffee and get set up for the next one. So Cobra's through, comfortable in the end, but Interchangex did not get going. And Cobra now lies in wait for the winner of the match between One Pocket Slim and Albinario. And of course, we know where Interchangex has gone. He's gone waiting the winner of Tommy and Wanwa. Let's have a look at the stats for that match. Where are we? Cobra. And take 1 away. And there he is. And then change, and then see if we can delete that. There we go. Shots 172 from Cobra, 148 made, 86% and 5.48. Interchangex 4.8. Direct points 194 from Cobra, Carom points 109, and Interchangex 204 direct points and 63 Caroms. And of course, the most important thing of all there is that Cobra has had 3 shots at the money ball, and every time he's been plumb on it and got out, there was not one of them was difficult, and that makes your life very easy in Cowboy. So, I mean,
yeah, Cobra's looking like he may be the guy to beat in this tournament.
Well, he will be as long as he's as regularly and consistent as he is, and that's just good enough. We need to see how he matches up now to either One Pocket Slim and Albinario, because if either of those two are faffing around and not keeping scores, then it'll be easy for Cobra again. So, well, but I think either of those two guys are certainly good enough to get a rack or two off Cobra. Cobra, as I say, has already had to win 2 final rack deciders, so you'd expect, regardless of who he plays, he's going to have a tougher opposition. So that's what's to come. But what's to come later on today, now that this match is over, is a match between Tam and Crazy Cow. That goes ahead in just over 90 minutes time. I will be back for that, and unless we've got anything else to say, I'm heading out, and I'll be back in a little while.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Right. Thanks to Steve.
Thanks you.
And we will bid you good afternoon, and we will see you again later. Remember, if you can't see it later, you can't join us. You'll see it on YouTube. It'll be there. I'll be adding this one to the playlist in a minute anyway. So until we meet in an hour or so's time, take care, and I will be back.
Yeah, I should be back too.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.